I think we need to be patient
Yep.
and be prepared to have a slow start and for things to build up. And I think we also need to demonstrate the successes that we do generate and demonstrate them very widely and in a way that makes sense to businesses. So businesses respond to demonstrations of success by other businesses,
Yep.
and they respond to crisply put simple messages
Yep.
that they can identify with. And if we have a number of successes and we propagate those successes skillfully and in a way that businesses will respond to, then we will accumulate and accelerate the process. And I think we've just got to be patient and let that happen, but pay a lot of attention to the demonstration. Look, I think that's a critical question,
Yeah.
and I think that certainly there's no silver bullet.
Yes.
One size doesn't fit all.
That's right, okay.
And so, in demonstrating success, I think you have to draw out the fundamentals rather than the particulars. So
Yep.
you don't say, oh well, this group of 12 companies work together in a clearly defined geography.
Yep.
But you find out the things that will appeal to a broader and a more general lessons that can be taken out, but which nevertheless have concrete, illustrate these general points in a concrete way, because people respond to real business people having success. It doesn't matter if their situation isn't identical, it doesn't need to be identical, but they have to be able to identify parts of similarities and points of interest that they can take out rather than that. So diversity is exactly what you want, and so that makes it even more important to start slowly and let things generate organically rather than to try and find the model that works.
That's right,
Yeah.
that's right.
Australia's got so many resources, and we grow a lot of wheat, we have a lot of natural resources that we should be value adding. We should be actually adding value before these products go overseas. So we're in a perfect position, primed, to actually do that here in Australia because we're close to the actual raw material. How can the food precinct help? Well, we need to actually work together. And what can the industry do? So how the food precinct can help is by facilitating the connections of people to actually get to common themes and common solutions to some of the challenges that we face out there. And I think one of the things that we're not doing, we actually aren't being driven by what is it that customers really want and that insight. And I think what's happening is you're having a bit of a gunshot approach to our markets, and we're not testing how our products suit those needs. So I think one of the challenges are how can we find those insights, and then how can we communicate that back to the industry. There's many mechanisms, and I think one mechanism is there's got to be something in it for everybody.
Yep.
And one of the things that we're going to be doing is roadshows, and those roadshows are all targeted about providing some insights, because one of the issues with a lot of companies is that they're not being so targeted, and as a result it's been more the push rather than the pull. What we want to do is find those nuggets of pulls where you really have that rich, deep understanding what it is that the consumer wants. So when you tailor a product, you're building all facets and attributes of that product to suit that really niche market, and your success rate will be a lot higher. So how do we get everyone working together? It's actually about finding those companies that are prepared to share and probably finding a common theme. So probably initial common theme could be about learning about a specific market. It could be about learning a little province in China of say $4 million, because that's a little small town, and
4 million people.
Sorry, 4 million
Yeah,
people,
yeah,
correct.
yeah.
Yeah, 4
Yeah.
million people, and it's actually about pulling out the key traits of those people and then designing products to suit that market.
Yeah.
And then sharing that to the broader community,
Yep.
and then seeing what they can do with it. So that's the beginning of the journey. Getting people to work together is all about trust. Trust doesn't happen overnight.
Yeah.
It's about building relationships. And that's what we're going to have to rely on, is actually leveraging our relationships and actually demonstrating. Through demonstration, you'll actually win people over. And then those companies that do participate, they'll then spread the word and it'll build the momentum. I think what you've got to do is focus on those people that don't think open innovation is an issue,
Yep.
and then that in itself will actually breathe. So initially, as we've been talking today, we can't target everybody. We'll be targeting those people that do want to share, and probably the level of sharing is going to be very sort of at a higher level, where the stuff that's not very secretive, you know, recipes and so forth. Or we might get players together across the supply chain that potentially don't have any conflicts of interest. So we're actually talking about the supply chain logistics of getting a refrigerated product into China within 24 hours. So therefore it's a different sort of, so I suppose it's about being clever and picking those little nuggets where the broader industry can benefit from. Look, you know, we're not the only ones, it's Europe. You know, they're all targeting Asia, so why is Australia going to win? We're going to have to find the value proposition that's going to stick.
Australian manufacturers are, generally speaking, very innovative as individuals. In fact, I think we're one of the most creative and innovative people as Australians, let alone manufacturers in the world. We're not good at innovating via collaboration. We're not good at working with other manufacturers and with research institutions to share concepts and ideas and go for a bigger pie. A mindset change is required. I think it's a bit about our colonial past, soldier settlers, living alone and surviving in the wilderness. We've got to learn to do it together. We have the skills, but I think we need to change our culture. It is equated to picking winners. And governments, I think, for valid reasons, don't like to be accused of going out there and picking one winner out of a range of different businesses or opportunities. There will be some manufacturing businesses that will continue to do very well as local suppliers for a period of time, as long as the drivers, the human drivers of those businesses are motivated to do so. The businesses we need to look for are those that will become international players, that will develop export industries, and that can only be by focus. I think it is overplayed that we have a high labour cost in this country. We certainly do. But if it is the right product with the right IP targeted at the right, generally niche export market, you will earn a margin commensurate with your cost. And so it is that niche focus to very high value added manufacturing that is the change.